Hey guys, I figured I'd go over the basic training Michael Turner did to how to draw Witchblade. This is a special publication by Wizard that, I don't know, I thought it was pretty cool, so I'd go over that. But first, I just wanted to say it's another page I got done a little while ago, but this is a non-spoiler page anyway. Figured I would go over this first. It's Occult Descent. I'm running a Kickstarter. We'll have a launch page anyway. I'll leave the link in the description of the video. If you want to click on that to follow along and be notified whenever I do drop the campaign, launch the campaign, drop it. Yeah, and eventually it'll be a Fund My Comic also. They don't do launch pages yet though, so just figured I'd show off this page. I thought it looked kind of cool. I was experimenting with shadows and stuff, and if I just figured like, well, if I didn't get the shadows how I wanted, then my colorist usually picks up for my slack. Yeah, all right, so that's that page. Let's see, basic training. All right, we'll try to keep this under about a half an hour. I'm not the fastest sketcher or anything, or drawer for that matter. I'll keep in mind some art tips though, because I don't think I've ever even tried to draw this gal, Sarah Pazzini. I knew she had two gems right here, but I never paid attention to this third one. It looks like it's on a bone, a femur or something, but it's on her arm. Anyway, I guess that's the large one. This is the medium one, and then there's the small one. So whatever. We will draw a big glove around that. And then this part, I never really figured that part out, because I did sketch this gauntlet a few times. I really like how he draws hands. And I couldn't quite figure that out, but in the description here, it says, think of that as like a spinal column. And then, I don't know, that seemed to click much better with me. And then all these things on top of it are all like sinewy stuff that are, I don't know, connecting and wrapping around that. And same thing with the stuff that she kind of shoots off of her hand. And this sword thing, she doesn't use it that I've read much. I mean, I guess I only read the prep to like issue 29, I think. Yeah, I didn't notice her use this flame sword very much. The blade part of the Witchblade. But I do like how he rendered this fire. It looks like when you shake up a can of pop and like the fizz just blows out everywhere. Thought that was pretty cool. And then I never really thought of her as Spider-Man. I went over that one issue with Clarence Lansing, and he threw in a Spider-Man pose of Pazzini. I wonder if he did that because, you know, this is like he puts like a humorous ha there. She's like in her spider Witchblade pose. Well, anyway, he's just spitballing with how he figures to draw her. And then he picks I don't know which one he picked, which pose he picked. I mean, I do like the legs that he drew on here. Hopefully it's not glaring too much. Yeah, they just seem like really fun and spunky. Like she's standing on her tiptoes, like she could be dancing to like a music video or something, or a song. Oh yeah, a couple other things to keep in mind. I guess he does like 3 layers of padding, 3 layers of that sinewy armor on her shoulders and her knees. Usually, I guess this stuff builds organically, or that's what they say. So each artist doesn't have to stick to a specific profile or whatever. Like, I guess it doesn't have to go all the way down to her feet also. But whatever, I'll do a mid-range shot, and then like her head. That head does look a little long on that that one. I like that one. I'll probably do like a downward angle shot of her. And this button nose thing, that's funny. Like no one really ever called me out on that before, because I try to copy that I don't know if you can see it. I try to copy this like strip that goes on top of her nose there a few times, but it was my friends plural that would call me out on that. They'd be like what is that? Is that like the breathe right nasal strips or something? But anyone I showed to at like a portfolio review, none of those guys said anything to me. It was all my non-artist friends, but yeah, I mean, so anyway, I dropped it trying to pull that off, because I mean, you don't need to be an artist in order to see that something's off on a drawing. I'm trying to think of a pose. Yeah, I'll just do her like her hand coming forward, and then like her in a Spider-Man webbing kind of style, tendrils of her glove coming at the camera. I found it funny too that Turner, when he was describing her face, he said it was like a heart-shaped face with a button nose with a heart-shaped face. And like, I don't know, when I think of a heart, it's like that. So I don't know how her face fits on there. I guess then you just put hair on there. It seems weird. I have not. I guess it kind of just goes to his like his way of thinking about things. And those spinal columns that he was describing on the, how do I want that thumb? I'll have it out here maybe. Wow, that looks weird. The spinal column stuff he called on the Witchblade here, he called that the tech, which that's pretty funny that he would consider that like tech, like technology of some sort. And that makes me wonder, like, who influenced who, because him, or did he influence Sylvester, or did Sylvester influence him for that kind of look, that organic, techno-organic kind of style look? Like, I know Sylvester uses that quite a bit, but so did Turner though with the Witchblade. So anyway, yeah, it's a question I got. Who influenced who on that? I'd like to know. That will be her chest area. I guess I could go down and get part of her legs. Wow, yeah, so this is how I sketch. It's not, and I'll put that in the middle area. I don't know if you noticed on the page I was showing there about occult descent, there you could see a lot of like erase marks when I'm trying to figure something out and I just get stuck on it. But I'll just, instead of grabbing like a piece of paper and redrawing something over it so I could save my Bristol board, I'll just keep drawing right on the board. How should her other hand be? I'll have it open and then she'll kind of be, yeah. That looks, it looks goofy right now, but whatever. I really like how Turner draws hands and fingers. Joe Mad though, I copy his hands like quite a bit. Like trying to reference them, and basically everybody that I reference, I can't quite do it like how they do it. But it looks, what I end up with, it looks better than what I had before, so I guess I got that. I don't know if you guys could hear the traffic outside. Apologize for that, it's kind of a busy part of the day. I had a microphone and that canceled out the traffic part, the noise of the traffic, but I don't know, it didn't sound like as clear as I wanted it to. Maybe I'm not using, I just took it out of the box and started using it. Like, I didn't read the instructions for it, so maybe I'm missing something to make the volume on it louder. Let's see, I'm 11 minutes in. Hopefully I could finish this up in a half hour. Yeah, I was buying more comics and some more Wizard magazines. I recently got this one. I thought it was pretty cool because I didn't know that Michael Turner did another How to Draw in the Wizard magazines. I got the one, it's a collected edition of when he was doing like a how to draw, it was not voluptuous, but it was something like that. Whatever. Basically, how to do sexy poses, and he was using Grace and Mystique. Grace from his comic Soulfire and Mystique from X-Men in there. And yeah, that was the only one that I knew about that he did. I didn't know that he had this How to Draw Witchblade thing, which is cool because I did never draw. I mean, I don't know. I might have tried drawing because I remember drawing her glove before, and I was like, how do you do that? Like, how? I don't know, it seemed like very perplexing, but I don't remember drawing like the whole figure or anything. I was looking through my sketchbooks and I didn't see the figure either. But I don't always use a sketchbook either. Like, I draw at work quite a bit. Whichever job I was working at. I was working at like, I was a fabricator. I drilled holes into steel parts, and while the drill was going, because the steel was pretty thick, while the drill was going, it would take like up to 2 minutes sometimes for the drill to go through. And while that was going on, anyway, I had this like silver pen that you mark the steel on, and yeah, it's opening right there. So I would just draw like little figures or whatever I could do while I was waiting for those things, or I'd draw on my break at work, for other jobs if I couldn't draw. And those were, anyway, I was wondering what the heck was I getting at. Those were all on paper and like things I couldn't like take back home, or didn't take back home anyway. Let's see. I don't think she has. Let me double. Yeah, no. I was double checking. Like this hand doesn't get all armored up. So I don't know. Maybe I'll just blacken that out. Get rid of that. I'll have the hair going this way. In those, David Finch says that calls these S lines of beauty. These like S things. They look like elongated S's to me. He said that he got that out of a George Bridgman book. But that's funny though. I was looking at that book and I went through it. I didn't read every page, but I didn't. When I went through it anyway, I didn't. Excuse me. I didn't get any references to a line of beauty. I guess that kind of shows to how much I pay attention. I guess when I read things. In any case, yeah, lines of beauty. That's like an easy way to create something aesthetically pleasing, appealing. I think that's what it was called, that wizard how to draw that Turner did. I don't know. I could grab it, but I just want to stick to this. Like if I could pull this off at a half hour, I'm already like halfway done with my time. So I don't know if I'll be able to make it. Oh, I'll write it in the description what it was for the Turner's other wizard how to draw section. I thought it was cool, yeah, because I was looking that up. I was like, which original wizard magazine did that come out of? Because I wanted to hunt that one down and just I like to see when it, you know, all the ads and stuff, and kind of like get a better idea of the timeline, things like that. And I couldn't find it actually. This is the only one I found, and which was pretty cool because I didn't know that he did this. Oh, this hair is gonna take me forever. I think I'll just have to add details to here and then blacken out the rest. Oh man, I was watching. I watched probably a ton of different guys drawing videos, and when they do hair, they always make it look, you know, so easy. Like, yeah, you just do this and that, and all right, that part's done. Let's get on to the rest. But I don't know. That's about as good as I'll get it. It looks basically like she wears this thing is like a swimsuit top of some sort. Oh yeah, I forgot she has these 3 layers, he said, of armor. Quote unquote armor. In one of the issues, I want to say it was issue 3, like, it could have been 5, I don't know. She got beat up by Nottingham in their fight, and she got shot too, I'm pretty sure, when she was on a boat. And this Witchblade thing completely covered her up like a cocoon when it was healing her. And yeah, and I guess this is how much it usually covers her up when she's jumping around the city fighting bad guys. belly button right there, and I guess her bathing suit bottom would be like that. I can't even see how this looks on the camera here because I'm recording with my phone, but the thing that's holding my phone is like right, or I suppose I can move it. How is this looking? Not bad. I guess, yeah, this is when you're doing short videos, don't really realize how much of an advantage you got. I guess I don't know where I'm getting at with this, but when I'm drawing on my own, noodling around in the sketchbook, it's way more relaxing because you don't have this, I don't know, what is it? I made the timeline myself, the deadline myself, so it's, what do you call? It's not real. Fake. What? Yeah, I got this fake timeline and deadline I give myself. But that's one of the things. I was on with on some shows. I used to be on the D&Q FE. They did a 2-hour show, and I thought I could draw fast, you know, in 2 hours. I was like, oh, definitely I could do that. Until I got on there, and I'm like, barely have anything halfway done. And it was like that for quite a while. And I think it's probably still like that, because I don't, it seems like one of those things like you use it or lose it kind of thing. Like if I would have kept myself on that kind of fast-paced grind, I think I would have I don't know, maybe I would have like evolved more as an artist, maybe, or maybe not, because as I'm saying that, I'm thinking like how there was like a bunch of times where I was thinking I missed something that I normally wouldn't if I was taking my time, because I would look at my drawing like at a mirror or take a picture of it, and then eraser fell, and then take a picture of it and mirror that, and then go and fix it. Like right now, good thing her face is at an angle, because it looks good to me. I mean, for features, anyway. But if, like if you draw a face looking straight at the camera, the like those tend to look good to me until I do that, hold it up to a mirror or mirror it in the camera. And then, yeah, things just look off. This part, Turner was saying like, okay, so once I got everything figured out, he lightens it up with a kneaded eraser, and then he goes, and I basically trace myself. I thought that was funny because you know, the last, up until he passed away, his the last parts of his work, he wouldn't have an inker anymore. He would do it all. Oh yeah, I forgot about the tendrils. Crap. Maybe I'll do 2 of them. Something like that. Yeah, so he didn't have an inker anyway. And that's why I found that funny. He's like, so I basically traced myself. And if you watched that Kevin Smith movie, Chasing Amy, the infamous scene of where he's like, that was some con goer got kicked out because he was calling that Banky Edwards guy a tracer. And he was the inker for Holden. I think it was Holden McNeil was Ben Affleck's character in the movie. It's weird that I remember those. If those are correct, it's weird that I remember them because I haven't seen that movie in. No, I guess I seen it probably last year, so not too crazy. Oh man, these are. I don't. If I add these things, I don't, or detail them more, I don't think I'll be able to get done on time. Where am I? I got 3 minutes. I'm not gonna make this on time, but I'll still go as fast as I can. And hopefully it'll look somewhat cool anyway. If not, I'll probably get like 12 views or something. All right, so think sinewy for the fingers, I guess. Feels like you gotta put some detail on the fingers. This part reminds me of more of Spider-Man, in particular Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man, like where he has like a million little rendering lines. Like I don't know exactly what they mean. I mean, they're defining shape, I believe. But yeah, McFarlane, he was pretty cool at doing that, and I don't know if I'm pulling that off. That ring finger looks, yeah, they look smaller than the big forefinger there, index finger. I like drawing hands. I like drawing hands a lot. That's why I drew 2 hands. It doesn't mean I'm good at it though. Let's straighten this one out a little bit more. Okay, I'm giving myself a new impromptu timeline, 40 minutes. it's still not thick enough. There we go. Let's draw the pinky one kind of sticking way out. I've got some cars honking at each other out there. Let's see, and then I can't remember, was that part of her thumb or not anymore? Be part of her top. Oh man, I should have made her hair go down so that I could just black out her face. I guess yeah, the face isn't too hard anyway. I should just hurry up and get that over with. If I could just let go of this hand first. I don't even know what kind of detail I'm trying to do right there. Let's see, look at my hand. All right, do these dot things. She looks drunk. I think it looks like she's looking at the camera. I figured something like this would happen, so I sharpened up a few pencils so I don't have to sharpen them up on camera. I got a pretty noisy sharpener. Great, now that one looks like it's off. Any of you guys watch the those Jim Lee movies or sketching streams where he does like a face or more in like 3 or 4 minutes? Those are nuts. I know she kind of has a small forehead. He said, like she has, he wrote down like an Italian hairline, I think. Her hair is long, but it's one length all the way around with no bangs. I don't know, maybe I added in the Italian part. I could have swore it said Italian on her. Her hair is usually hanging in her face. Pizzini. I think that's Italian. Maybe it's French. Oh yeah, there we go. Full lips and low hairline for that Italian look. So she has a low hairline. Her face looks a little more bony than what I'd like it to look though. Because she's supposed to be like 25, I think. Or no, I'm thinking of Fathom. Aspen Matthews. I don't know how old Pizzini is. Collarbones. I find collarbones are kind of tricky when their shoulder is pulled back like this. And her boobs aren't supposed to be that big. They're supposed to be like, I don't know, she has like an athletic build or something. Alright, so knock her fingers out real quick. She's gonna have terrible fingernails. I'd draw them more, I guess, decorative, but something tells me that she wouldn't have the chance to keep them for very long. The more I'm trying to darken this in, the more it feels like I'm butchering her fingers. Alright, enough. I think I really overestimated myself for this deadline I give myself, or timeline I give myself. I'll just do one of these extra stringy things, or sinewy. He said that this sinewy stuff is described as like, it can like work with the person, or it can like be jagged, like I imagine like metal or something, and like cut the wearer or their clothes sometimes. Which I guess gives them a pretty good excuse to have her have shredded clothes all the time. See, would it go up like that? Maybe, I don't know. Let's see. Start darkening in some stuff to How to draw Witchblade. I guess obviously it goes without saying that you need to, when you're drawing something new, you'll obviously need to practice it a lot. This reminds me of like when I watch cartoonists draw, like old comic strip style cartoonists or animation cartoonists. When let's see, like Schultz, that Charles Schultz guy. When he was, I seen some videos of him drawing Charlie Brown. And he just had it down so quick. Like when I look at the drawings, they look deceptive, because it's like, oh, I could draw that. It's pretty easy, and I could pull it off, but it takes me quite a while. And then I watched a video of him doing it. He did it like so quick. It was ridiculous. So that's what this reminds me of, like these tendril things, how to do the glove, the backbone look on the fingers, or on this thing. So if I'm drawing a backbone, we kind of imagine like there's the shadow for the side, and then this part right here. But I don't know how much detail I could fit in there. Trying to thicken up the line weight so the hand could look like it's coming forward much more, and pop out from everything else a lot better. In Turner's earlier work, he used a lot more hatching. I'm assuming for his, I guess a possibility for his less hatching style was because he wanted to get the work output higher up, bump up them numbers. And one of the ways to do that is to spend less time on a drawing when you're adding in the rendering, because I'm pretty sure that like everyone looks at that as kind of like the frosting. I mean, if you were to look at this in terms of making a cake, that part would be like putting on the frosting, making it decorative. And obviously the anatomy, the silhouette of the figure would be like the I don't know, the cake part, I guess. I'm trying to think, what is it called? The breading? Never mind, I give up on the cake analogy. This would be shadowed under here. Oh yeah, those little wingy things. Well, my page is trying to pop in here. And the hair, dang it. Yeah, so I was gonna blacken in the hair, so. Oh my goodness, freaking pencil. I still haven't quite figured out hair. But I mean, it's fun to figure out, or fun to play around with, trying to make it look cool. Okay. Let's have the hair go up to that point. Or wait, no, I could have the hair go behind it to make it look like that thing is popping out more. Maybe that'll work. And then the next little, she has like 3 of these things kind of popping out behind her. Maybe I'll darken those in. Except this one that's supposed to come in front of the hair. Man, I'm making a mess. What else can I add on here? Little lines. I guess I'll finish up on this part of the. I imagine she would be having earrings on her at least, right? I don't think I noticed too many earrings in her comic. Let's see, and then her teeth, kind of. One thing that stood out to me was that Jim Lee pointed out was like, if you draw the gums of the teeth, you don't need to actually draw every tooth outline, which I thought was pretty cool. But I still kind of do towards the edge of those teeth. And one thing I noticed is if you could really get the face, I'll have to watch this video to see if, because a drawing is totally different when you see it like on a video, or if you flip it around, than like how the drawing looks to you when you're drawing it in person. Let's see, how does this look on the video? Whatever, I'll just leave it right there. So that's my sketch for the day. Sorry it took so long. Please back Occult Descent. I guess I'll go over so this is about a kid, and it's set in a time where vampires are known to be real. And this kid, his name is Henry, he has these mental episodes his whole life. His uncle would take care of him, and he would take him to different doctors, try different medications. As the years went by, nothing really seemed to be working. And then his uncle passes away. So Henry runs away. He's ashamed. He's worried. He doesn't want to be anyone's burden. So he ran away. And then this mutant vampire named Sakal, he made all these guys. He breaks out of a secret prison. Kind of looks like how this is, but it's a ancient vampire prison. Nobody really even knows he exists. He was there so long. It's like a folklore at best. And then he goes to hunt down Henry. And the closer that he's getting to Henry's his mental episodes / visions become stronger and clearer. And he realizes that it's this ancient psychopathic mutant vampire, Sakal, that's been behind his mental duress his whole life through psychic torture, really. So he turns to his friend Andy, that's her right there, but she's got a helmet on, for help. She happens to be a police detective. And then a little bit of a spoiler for volume 2 is that Henry does get abducted by Sakal, and he and then Andy, she joins the VACU, the Vampire Assault Case Unit. She joins to get Henry back and stop Sakal. Also in the midst of Sakal's rampaging is the there's normal vampires. These aren't normal vampires. The normal vampires do not have wings. The normal vampires are just trying to get along in society. And anyway, they devise a way to deal with Sakal as well. So it's going to be a pretty action-packed adventure here. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.